As you can see, we back with another video, you know what I'm saying? It's your boy T21. DEKU versus ASTA, My Hero Academia versus Black Clover. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be a big one. I ain't gonna lie. ASTA, he low-key a demon. Literally. I don't know. I think I'm gonna say ASTA taking this. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like ASTA definitely taking this. I'm not gonna lie. I watch My Hero, but I don't watch it like that. But from what I know, ASTA definitely taking this, ain't gonna lie. You can't be breaking your bones and shit. But let me start talking, cause you know what I'm saying. That battle. We ain't gonna be biased though.
My Hero Academia's super student, straight out of UA High.
ASTA, the anti-magical ass kicker from Black Clover.
Though you may be born bereft of the same gifts as your peers, there is nothing stopping you from achieving your dreams.
As long as you're a fictional character in a fantasy world. I mean, as long as you've got your friends by your side, you'll pack a hell of a punch. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
DEKU low-key skilled, I forgot. I ain't watched.
Izuku Midoriya wanted only one thing from life. To be a beacon of hope, just like his idol, the #1 ranked superhero in Japan, All Might.
Too bad he was born a freak with no powers. You heard right. This is like a reverse X-Men thing where 80% of the population gets red superpowers, or quirks as they're called, while the remaining fifth are stuck as basic bitches, or as his spiky-haired bully Bakugo called him.
My boy, you a civilian. You know what I'm saying? Say everybody in the world got a quirk, you know. So everybody got powers on some random stuff, you know what I'm saying? And you just quirkless. Like, I think I seen a guy on My Hero. I think his quirk was a knot or tying shoes or something. I'm like, that's. Imagine you got.
DEKU.
That's a pun on the Japanese word dekunobu, meaning good for nothing.
Persevering despite his basic bitchedness, Midoriya got the chance to prove his quirkless heroic mettle against this giant sludge monster, much to the surprise of one particular almighty onlooker.
His body secretly decaying from a horrific injury, All Might needed to find the one who would inherit his all-powerful quirk.
And All Might didn't want just anybody. The hero world was filled with glory seekers in it for fame and money. All Might wanted someone whose body moved on its own to save someone.
He saw exactly that in young Midoriya, and gave him one of the most powerful quirks in the world, One for All.
That was the problem. Even after bulking up from lad to Chad, the recoil from even one punch would shatter all the bones in his arm. So he trained to be able to handle his gift at the super...
But that's what I'm saying though, like, from where I'm at, bro, he don't got it all away, bro. Like, he's still not there. He's still breaking bones. But my ASTA, it's like ASTA, he like the regular
hero school of his dreams, UA High.
And that's when he decided to own the name used as a cudgel against him for so many years. Turns out, DEKU can also be an abbreviation for Dekiru, someone who can do anything.
Exactly the opposite of Dekunobu. One for All allows DEKU to release absolutely absurd amounts of strength from different parts of his body, with super moves named after US cities and states.
DEKU still can't access all of his power safely though. Using 100% will quickly destroy his body, which is why he learned to distribute his strength evenly across his body, a technique known as full cowling. This lets him increase his speed and durability as well, making him more all-rounded, and shifting focus to his own interpretation of One for All inspired by his pal Ida, shoot style.
Where he pulls out a Glock and blows your brains out! Okay, not really, but in keeping with One for All's rabbit theme, he trades All Might's signature punches for kicks. My version's better. You ever seen Rabbit?
Okay, we're not gonna watch all of this. I'm pretty sure y'all know about DEKU, everything like that. Let's go to my boy ASTA right now, bro. Let's hit the ASTA. Damn, I got hit with it immediately, bro. I'm not trying to see this. I feel like ASTA,
Mana is the source of all.
Attacky you love it, and in the world of Black Clover, it doesn't come from a box you bought at a tacky West Hollywood costume shop. Everyone's got it.
Mana is the source of all magic, a supernatural energy found in the air and in living beings, except living beings whose names are ASTA.
Not only was the young ASTA an orphan abandoned by his mother at a church as a baby, he was born with a mutation that prevents him from having any mana to speak of. Well, neither do I, and you don't hear me crying about it.
Yes, you do, all of the time. But Asta had a dream. Despite his lack of magic, he and his best friend Yuno promised each other one of them would rise to the throne of the greatest military position in the land, the Wizard King. Wizard King? Really, guys? Sometimes they call it Magic Emperor, but we all know what they mean.
So he dedicated himself to getting swole as all hell. In a world of nerds, he would be its lone jock god, shoving every last wizard into a locker until they crowned him king.
But huge, frightening pectorals on a tiny, screaming goblin child weren't enough on its own. He needed something powerful enough to shut down his opponent's magic.
He needed the 5-leaf clover grimoire.
Essentially a book of spells, a grimoire will choose its user and float beside their wielder at all times.
And Asta was lucky enough to receive the Uno reverse card of grimoires. The 5-leaf clover can harness the power of anti-magic, which will literally nullify the effects of other magic spells. Almost like wizard kryptonite. Let the locker stuffing commence. Haha, get nerds!
It wasn't long before Asta was accepted into one of the 9 squads of Clover Kingdom's Magic Knights, the Black Bulls, filled with lazy drunkards, antisocial destroyer, which severs the relationship between a spell's cause and effect, countering the effects of its magic. This could result in anything from healing a village that was inflicted with poison to preventing reincarnation.
Yeah, okay, some of these can get a little heady. I personally prefer keeping it simple, like using anti-magic telekinesis to surf on your sword through the sky.
It's worth noting that these swords are made specifically for countering magical attacks and sources of mana. The swords will act as though blunted when striking non-magical foes, more akin to giant clubs than actual blades. Not entirely inconsistent with real-life greatswords.
But none of that's even close to as cool as his deadliest sword, the Demon Slasher, a katana as black as the pits of hell and twice as badass.
This one actually does cut like a sword, but it's complicated. It lets Asta actually select what he does and does not want to cut, only affecting his target while leaving anything else unharmed.
Okay, at this point, isn't that just magic?
Magic with a loophole.
And he's studied the blade long enough to become a master swordsman to boot. Not in the real-life sense, in the anime sense.
He can spin himself like a tornado to deflect magic spells, thrust forward at top speed like a charging bull, launch a barrage of anti-magic projectiles, and even channel anti-magic into his swords to vastly increase their size.
Well, while he may be no good with mana, he has learned to detect ki. Because, of course,
the life force existing in all things, Asta can detect hidden opponents and even predict their movements ahead of time, as long as he's fast enough to react.
With such crazy powers, Asta was taking on threats like the Eye of the Midnight Sun to kick their asses, which gave
Patoli had magic capable of completely vaporizing the entire Clover Kingdom in a single. They truly want what's best for each other, even if they're competing for the possibilities.
Okay, let's get it, man. Who y'all think going in the comment section below? My boy DEKU, my boy Asta, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be biased, but I think Asta gonna take this, but bro, you know how it be. You think this person take it, but then this person take it. It's like Asta, he hit you with the sword, you know what I'm saying, anti-magic, but it's like, is this magic my boy DEKU using? I don't think my boy using magic, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to downplay DEKU, you know what I'm saying? He come out that stuff. But it's like when he uses it, he breaking his bones. He, you know what I'm saying? He messes himself up at you know, at the same time. But my boy Asta, he human like type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if he do, you know what I'm saying? He get hit one of these, he, you know what I'm saying? He going down. Let's see, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's see.
Time for a death battle!
We're not gonna be biased. We're gonna see if it makes sense.
Sword that big? He's gotta be crazy strong. I'm gonna have to rely on more than just my power to take him down.
Okay.
And the Black Bull Magic Knight ASTA!
Just gotta hit him really hard.
Okay.
Begin!
Let's get it.
Man, this guy can give even Luck a run for his money.
He can detect mana. Yes, okay. All right. Okay. Okay.
Aren't swords supposed to be sharp? His speed isn't slowed by his sword's weight at all. Gotta hamper his movements and get that book out of his hands. Huh? He found me! My turn!
Wait! Are you not using magic? What kind of magic emperor would I be if I can't beat a guy like this?
That's what I'm saying. You're not. What is that? Oh, what is this?
Detroit!
Oh my God. He getting done with it, bro. Hold on, bro. It's something I haven't. I should never react to this video. I should never react to this. Bro, what is that? I'm not caught up. I'm not caught up enough to be, you know what I'm saying, doing all this. What is this black material stuff? You know what I'm saying? What is going on here? Gumbo? Oh my God. Yo, okay.
I don't know what Detroit is, but I've had enough of it. I'm ending this quick! Hit me with all you've got, because I'm never going down!
No use not going all out anymore. I just gotta hit him really hard.
What is...
You wanted my best? Here it is! 1 million percent! Ultra!
I did it.
Yo, what's going on? Yo, you was tripping, bro. What's going on here? Hold on, what? You know what I'm saying?
Take that, Detroit.
For our final round, ASTA takes on last year's reigning champion, Mr. Satan!
KO! Poor Deku. He tried his best, but Asta just shoved him into that great big locker in the sky.
Both Deku and Asta were fairly evenly matched melee fighters without any
Right.
specific abilities to give one an easy
Right.
edge over the other. Though, to be fair, the variety of quirks Deku inherited from past users of
Facts.
One for All did make him more versatile and unpredictable.
Plus, quirks are biological mutations, not connected to some supernatural energy source like mana. So Asta's anti-magic
right.
powers were basically useless here.
And that's what
Deku
I'm
was
saying.
generally a smarter and more tactical fighter, but against Asta's incredible might, this time Brawn beat Brains.
Let's crunch some numbers! Deku's greatest feat of strength was splitting that enormous cloud formation with
Right.
Bakugo.
By
Yeah.
measuring the size of the island and comparing it to the clouds above, we can determine they dispersed over 63 trillion kilograms of water.
That's the weight of the Great Pyramid of Giza. 12,000 of them?
And required an energy of nearly 80 teratons of TNT per punch.
Let's compare that to Asta.
Teratons? I learned me a new word. Teratons. Damn.
But Toli's spell was going to be strong enough to vaporize a country the size of the Clover Kingdom.
Right.
We can use this map from the manga to estimate the size of Clover Kingdom to be about 500 kilometers in diameter, about half the length of Great Britain. Vaporizing a country of that size would require an energy of over 480 teratons of TNT, over 6 times greater than Deku's punch.
While Asta uses anti-magic, it isn't an automatic counter and needs to be comparable in strength to the spell it's combating. And Asta's gotten way stronger since.
Asta was also quicker. Sure, scaling to Shigaraki would give Deku roughly light speed reaction time.
But Asta could dodge light in his sleep, and that's his base form, even before transforming with
Whoa.
Liba to get way faster.
And
Okay, so
since
they
Deku and
really-
Asta's
they really
precognitive
won.
abilities more or less matched each other, it was only a matter of time before Asta simply overwhelmed him.
Especially since Deku has struggled in the past against faster opponents. Sure, Deku was smarter, but if he literally didn't have enough time to come up with a plan of attack before getting hammered, his brains were wasted.
Deku's tactical brilliance and harem-scarum tenacity definitely gave his opponent a run for his money, but
Right.
Asta's raw power, blinding speed, and deadlier weaponry spelled the
Yeah.
end for All Might's pupil.
Deku gave it his all, and I wish he had won. Hasta la vista.
The winner is Asta.
My boy Asta took it in the end. Nah, that's what I was saying though. Like Asta, he can detect mana, and like you know what I'm saying. I don't know too much about my hero, like the manga, anything. I don't know what that black gum stuff was. You know what I'm saying. This is an amazing fight. Like this was insane. This is crazy. Like for Pixels fighting, this was it. They got it, bro. But my boy Asta did take it in the end. You know what I'm saying. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. It's your boy on the come on no count.